I know it's been a while since I've posted about messing with scammers, but a big part of that is actually the legalities, which is actually what makes what just went down all the more interesting for this situation. So I use an app called Hushed when I want to get a burner number. For some reason, I've been getting a ton of inbound calls from scammers, so I decided to reach out and talk to them. So I ended up speaking to all 4 scammers, and it's the same scam every time. You get a phone call.
Hello, my name is Jackson. This is the Microsoft Tech Support. Our team is your team.
According to Jackson, the solution was for me to download TeamViewer, which is just a remote access tool. It's actually legitimate. It's on the up and up. It's a good company. People like sysadmins use them a lot to remote into other people's computers so they can fix them, upgrade stuff. Obviously, this is a scam, but even if it wasn't, there's no way I'm giving a random person access to my computer. So I set up a virtual machine. That way, if something crazy went down, then nothing would happen to my computer. My initial intent was to just troll these guys. I actually wanted to put a folder on my desktop with unsavory pictures for them to find. I did do that to the first guy, but story for another time. Apart from trolling them, what I really wanted to do was turn the tables on the scammers, but the problem was, even if I put a malicious file on the virtual machine, if they open it, the only thing that gets owned is the virtual machine, unless I could disguise said malicious file to look like something tempting that a scammer would want to steal off of the computer and then open on their own local machine for further inspection. Like a Word document with a weaponized macro inside. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, I've got a file here, which is just a regular Word document, but it's got a macro inside. And once you enable the macros, which is up on that yellow ribbon, it'll actually execute a script which downloads a program that I wrote. The program doesn't do anything. It's completely harmless. All it does is tell you that you shouldn't have opened it, and it gives you the Rick roll. But if I were to put a program in there that is malicious, I would in essence weaponize the macro, and you would be able to do some very bad things to people. Now for my scammers, the bait is simple. I did no background so they have nothing else to distract them, and then a folder with the promise of a file that contains a Bitcoin wallet and keys. So the idea here is to get them to steal the file and then try to decrypt that information so that they can make away with my company's money. But of course there is no Bitcoin wallet. So we're all set. He connects to the machine and he immediately goes for regedit, and he's going through there and he's trying to tell me that all these things are viruses that have nothing to do with viruses. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. I'm starting to lose hope, but then he asks me about the folder.
What is that folder on your desktop?
Oh, that's for work.
That looks like an interesting file.
Not only does he open it, he actually drag and drops the file out of the screen and onto his computer. Yeah, I work for a cryptocurrency company that, what are you doing? By the way, least sneaky person I've ever seen. If you're gonna steal a file, at least copy it and then paste it onto your desktop so that it doesn't show it dragging across the screen. But whatever. The particular payload on that Word document is actually pretty nasty. As soon as you open it, it takes a screenshot of the desktop, grabs up all your browser information, so like browsing history, saved logins, sends it over to the server, and then gives me complete control of your computer. Jackson, seriously.
Please wait a moment.
Come on, man. Seriously.
I will return in a moment.
Well, buddy, I really hope you know what you're doing. Oh my god, you dirty, dirty boy.
I don't understand. How can you know that?
I know a lot of things, like you have a blue background and using Bria.
Okay, how did you do that?
Now, personally, I would never, ever send that to anybody because that would be illegal and I would never break the law. And I mean like ever. But I feel like he took the file from my computer. How is this on me, right? I mean... legal question for you. What do you know about cybercrime?
Legal question, great. Cybercrime, nothing.
Okay. But I feel like law's pretty universal, so let's just throw around some hypotheticals.
Okay.
I break into your house. I put a mousetrap in your Pop-Tarts. You snap the hand. Whose fault is that?
That would be your fault.
Okay, perfect. But if you break into my house and you don't know that I've booby-trapped my Pop-Tarts, snap your hand, who's that on?
That's probably you too.
Okay, that's not... You're my lawyer. You're supposed to have my back. I don't like this at all.
Listen again, dude, how many times I have to tell you, I'm not your attorney, and nothing I say or do is just legal advice.
Okay, then I don't know why I'm paying you.
You're not paying me.
Okay, well, you made this worse, so I'm going to go now. But thank you for...
You're not recording us right now. I mean, under California law, you need to have my permission to do that.
Love you, bye.